Beautiful. So he calls me and he says, this is a very important premise. So he says, could you think about doing something for the YAPI program? So remember that before then, we hadn't, YAPI has, oh, sorry, ICCP has always been a standalone. Okay, so that means we just deliver ICCP as a program and that's it. So when he said, okay, well, can you think about integrating it? So that was a challenge to me. Okay. And for me, I was thinking, oh, Doom, don't worry, I'll come back to you. We have enough time to speak. I'm hoping we can wrap this up in 1 hour. So I dropped it, I didn't see that. So, and then I was thinking, wait a minute, we haven't actually delivered ICCP as part of a program. It's always been a standalone. So for me, it was a very important challenge. So I rang Dr. Nelly and I said, Dr. Nelly, can we think about doing this? Would be an interesting exercise to do. And she liked it. Now, the trouble is, now this is very important to actually mention. The trouble is, the ICCP program was never budgeted for. Does that make sense? Okay. It was never budgeted for. So literally, we were scrapping the surface just to make it happen, because for me, it was to show the evidence that it was an important program that can run as part of our core training program. The last time this happened was not to this level. It was very, very high profile. As for those who were on the ZEBS MBA, that was when it happened, where the program delivered, which was a set program, was a part of the MBA. But for this, as a short skill building program, integrating ICCP into it was quite novel in a sense. So we did that. So we're going back and forth and back and forth. But it's a massive testimony. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second.
Oh, sorry.
You're in the wrong room. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I apologize. So anyway, so the program, now a miracle happened. It's a testimony, really. So the very first, after we delivered the first cohort for YAPI, for YAPI, I was in a board meeting with Mastercard Foundation. Okay, are you following me? And so in that meeting, they had brought in, done a selection. I think it's about 5 to 10, I think about 7 or 10 students who were on the YAPI program to come and talk about the YAPI program. So this is what I'm going to. So the first person come on, I was actually physically not in the room. So the meeting was held physically in Lagos office. I joined online. Now remember that at this point, follow me, at this point, Del York hadn't told Mastercard Foundation what they were doing, because the original contract and everything was focused on just core animation. Anyway, so the first student comes on, and then he says, oh, I really enjoyed YAPI. This is after the first cohort. And thanks to Dr. Akan and Dr. Nelly, it was amazing, amazing. So the first student goes. Second student comes on and says, oh, YAPI was absolutely incredible. The program on careers and employability, how to use LinkedIn. Second person goes. Now, remember, this is an animation program, and Mastercard Foundation, the funders, have come to hear students talk about animation. By the fourth student, I remember very clearly, one of the directors of Mastercard Foundation said, excuse me, am I missing something? Is this an animation program we funded? Why are they all talking about which Dr. Akan and Dr. Nelly and mentor? Who are these people? Who are the mentors? There was a laugh in the room. So I was originally offline, like I wasn't on video. So they said, well, who is Dr. Akan? So I came online and introduced myself. And I spent 5 minutes explaining to them why the animation program would fail without the career element, because you can't just deliver a skills program and the students have no idea how to interpret those skills into careers for growth. And that was phenomenal. So guess what? Just a few weeks ago, it's about 2-3 weeks ago, this is part of what I was telling you we're waiting for. The actual funding for the ICCP component of YAPI has now been officially approved. So we are no longer an addendum, because they've seen the clear evidence the program would have been an absolute disaster except for the career alignment that brings things to focus. And for most of the students, I know for a fact, many of them have even left YAPI But just because of they've done this ICCP program, they are sorted for life. They understand purpose. They understand what their life is supposed to be. For them, that is the reason why they even came to Yapi. So much so that I had to find a way, and I'll talk to Dr. Nelly, during meetings to almost play down the ICCP component of the Yapi program, or else we will just take over. And that would be a nice place to be. You were invited to come and partner. You now became the boss. Anyway, so just to cut long story short, for the next 3 years, we are now approved partners to actually deliver. Yes, you're laughing, but it's true, because we don't want to come and take over. And then MasterCard will now say, but wait a minute, why did we give the money to Del York when we can just give the money to these people who are delivering the only thing that the student seems to be happy about? It was so funny. So much so that I was called into a separate meeting just to tell me to calm down in the praise. I said, but I'm not the one giving the praise. In the way the ICP was being praised, it's as if that is all they were doing. Anyway, so that's the first news. So that's been approved. So that means going forward for the next 3 years, we are going to be core partners to deliver the ICCP program, and won't be sneaking about anymore. If you remember, most of you must have noticed this. That's the reason why we had delays in the payment of Yapi. Does that make sense? So I know I have to explain this because it has to be clear to everybody. That's the reason why there were delays, because up till literally last month, they didn't still have a budget, because they were now going through the new approval rounds with MasterCard Foundation. And so now we have a clear budget allocation for ICCP as a mandatory component of Yapi. That's the first point I want to make you know. So that's great. Okay. So number one. Number two, most of you remember that FCDO was interesting. Okay. So it was an interesting one. And I don't know how many of you saw the news, the LinkedIn post I made a few days ago. We've gotten approval for the second round of funding for FCDO. The difference is the fact that we are not going to new universities. For the second round, the second phase, the funding we've received is for a little more expansion within the 14 universities. Okay. So we also have a budget to deliver that. So basically, originally we're thinking we're going to go past the 14 universities in Nigeria, but now it's actually in the 14 universities. Remember that in the pilot, it was only a selection of few students and few staff for the pilot. Now, with the new funding, we can expand it to other staff and students in those 14 universities. It's going to be in the third phase that will not expand it to other universities. So which is the reason why a big chunk of the work to be done in this second phase is what is called policy alignment. What it means is the fact that because of the impact that has been gathered and the data, okay, we are now going to go to the regulatory, that's the Nigerian government, and pitch it for them to make it a policy for every university in Nigeria. There are 278 universities to adopt ICCP as a mandatory program. That's what this second phase work is supposed to achieve. So there'll be lots of meetings with Nigerian government. I have to travel a lot to go and meet them back and forth. You know how things can be politically, but I think if we can achieve that, and I know we will, when we achieve that, it will be so easy. It means that unlike it is now where only a few universities like Igbinedion has made it a mandatory program. Imagine if hundreds of universities now make it a mandatory program across all the universities. So it becomes an exciting portfolio of opportunities for us to dive into. That's item 2. Before I continue to item 3, 4, and 5, any questions so far or comments? Let's go. I don't want to call names at this point. Guys, just talk to me, please. How are you feeling?
I'm overwhelmed.
Good evening, Dr. Akan.
Very
Yes, Bob.
excited.
These are great news, Dr. Akan.
Exciting.
Kudos to everyone at FlexyLearn.
Thank you so much, boss. Absolute pleasure. So yeah, so it's been hectic. So just I'm doing this to explain to you why we have delayed convening this meeting. I don't want to convene a meeting. It's not my style really, and be talking about stories. So if I'm convening a meeting, everything is loaded. So I do apologize for the wait, but this is important. So that's the first news. YAPI confirmed structure for the next 3 years. Number 2, FCDO second phase approved, budget aligned. Then let's go to item 3. Are we ready? If you are ready, say yes, I am in the chat. Let's go. I'm holding myself not to preach tonight, so just bear with me. Fantastic. Okay. Beautiful. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. It's lovely. Okay. So now go to item 3. Oh, that reminds me, Dr. Nelly, could you remind me to send you the 10-page document that talks about the high-level impact of YAPI, so you can share with all the mentors? Everybody in this room deserves to see that report. It's very high level, lots of graphs, but it is impactful, just to show you what you did. That's the reason why we can ride on that impact to do incredible things. So please, Dr. Nelly, do remind me to, send you the report to share with all the mentors. Everyone can have a read. You obviously can ask any questions and we'll get rid of that. So for item 3 now goes to the book launch, okay? So as it is, two dates has been established. So the first date for the book launch is beginning in South Africa. So when the graduate code was written and published, the first launch happened in Nigeria. Okay, for this these 2 new books, the launch is happening first in South Africa, April the 9th, and that is because, so this is important. That is because there's a partner we've signed a contract with. Okay, listen very carefully. They're called Empire Partner Foundation, and Cheryl is leading on this. In fact, Cheryl established the whole thing, and she's literally managing our South African new project. But let me give you a sense of what this is about, because at some point very soon, it will involve everybody I'm speaking about. Anyway, so lots of meetings. I think I had 2 meetings. I had to fly to South Africa twice. I have meetings with the partners, myself, Dr. Denley and Cheryl. We've signed the contract. So as we speak, and let me give you a sense of what the contract is about, because it's important for you to know. So Empire Partners Foundation, a big organization in South Africa, and they've developed a platform for learning. They've got very massive coverage across different organizations in South Africa. Are you following me? Government, industry, doesn't matter, academia, and so on. And so they have been lacking. They have a platform to deliver content, but they've been lacking content. Okay, they don't have content. So my very first meeting with the founder, it was supposed to be I think, Cheryl, 30 minutes, 1 hour meeting.
Yeah, 1 hour.
We ended up spending over 2.5 hours, and this guy refused to let us go.
No, I think nearly 4.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go. Over 3 hours to 3.5 to 4 hours. A 1 hour meeting became like a 4 hour meeting just because the guy refused to let us go. I remember that when I was about to leave the office with Dr. Nelly and Cheryl, he was feeling very sad that why are we leaving? It's as if answered prayer from nowhere has just come and landed on his table. So what's the deal? The deal is they are our strategic partner to make ICCP available to the South African market. Are you following me? So under a revenue share basis. So that means marketing the programs to schools, universities, colleges, government, corporate organizations. That's what the partnership, the signing of the agreement is. It's an amazing agreement. And so currently we are loading the ICCP videos on their platform under what you might call a franchise umbrella. Okay, so it's still our program, but they are like a delivery partner, if that makes sense. But guess what? Irrespective of the delivery, you and I know, no matter where it's delivered, ICCP's uniqueness comes from the point of having mentors. Okay, mentors make it come alive. Why am I saying that? I'm saying so because very soon the next 3 months, 3 months or maybe 3 months or so, I would say three to 5 months, requesting for mentors to support in the management of the South African deal. Because any partner they sign on to take the ICP program online will require mentors. And so while we will try and develop new mentors in South Africa, we have to actually use the expertise of our current mentors to make that happen. So that's number 3, that deal has been signed. So that partner, Empire Partner Foundation, are the ones hosting the book launch in South Africa, April the 9th. So if you're in South Africa or you know someone in South Africa, reach out to Cheryl or Dr. Nelly to talk about them attending. So these are organizations, you know, the kind of people we like to work with. And that is one level. Now, the cool thing is 2 days after the South African launch, April the 9th, we will be launching the 2 books in Zambia during the Real Women Summit in Lusaka. Okay, April the 9th is the launch of the books in Zambia. So I'll go to South Africa, I'll fly into Lusaka, and then launch the book. Then I'll stay through the Real Women Summit, and then we are good to go. Is that clear? So this is the coverage of item 3 today. Any questions? Any comments? Thank you very much, Ngabo. Much appreciated. God bless you guys. So yeah. So now to conclude that item, we're just waiting to fix the date. I will be having a Nigerian tour on the back of the FCDO project. Follow me, the FCDO project. So there will be a Nigerian launch of the 2 books in the middle of May. I will know the date by the end of next week, specifically. But not only is there going to be, this is very exciting actually, is there going to be a launch of the books in Nigeria, there's also going to be a tour, a book tour, proper book tour. Now, what do I mean? Remember that there are 14 Nigerian universities, yeah, on the FCDO project. So I will be visiting the 14 universities in Nigeria over an 8 to 10 day period. It means that we'll be doing 2 things. So talking about the books, talking about FCDO, but also launching, almost like what you might call mini launches. So there'll be a big launch in Lagos, okay? Guess who the host of the big launch in Lagos is? Is Del York. They've begged to host it. So Del York wants to host it, and Igbedem wants to host a second launch. But all the other 14 universities in the FCDO project, we're going to have mini launches in those universities as I travel around, because remember that part of the project is to engage the senior management of these universities for what we're trying to achieve in this second phase. Does that make sense? Okay. So now, after May, so this is very important, we haven't fixed any date for a Uganda launch. But Nelly, help me. A Uganda launch, a Kenyan launch, a Malawi launch, I think which is the 4th one? Oh yes, and a Senegal launch for French-speaking West African countries. So it's a launching galore, truly. Okay, so all that would happen in the second half of the year. But for the first half of the year, South Africa, Zambia, and Nigeria, which obviously, as you can imagine, I've got the major bulk of the mentors within FlexyLearn. Then in the second half of the year, we'll now do other launches across other African countries. So that's what the structure looks like on item 3. Any questions? Oh, that reminds me actually. So as I'm speaking to you, the French translation version of the graduate code is almost ready. So it's currently being reviewed. You know, as you can imagine, even if they write wrong French, I won't even know what is wrong or right. So I have to depend. So both the transcriber and the assessor and the editor have to all speak French very well, or else I'm in trouble. We don't want to open the French version and people are talking about, what is writing here? We don't understand what is saying here. So we pray against it. So if anybody in this room can speak French or know somebody who speaks French fluently, it will be an absolute pleasure to engage you as part of the contributors to the translation of the graduate code to French. Because we can't even talk about the career code or the professional code yet. This is still, the French-speaking countries in Africa are still in the beginning. So us who speak English, we are benefiting, we're enjoying. These ones have no clue what's going on. So as I speak to you, that is quite a big deal. So hopefully in the next 3 weeks, the French version should be ready. So anybody speak good French?
Oui, nous sommes prêts avec le français. Nous sommes
at
très,
least
très
you know
prêts.
somebody who parlait French.
Oui, moi, je parle français très bien. On est prêts.
Hey, brother spoke French. Hallelujah.
On est très prêts pour le français. Une fois au Sénégal et toute l'Afrique parle français.
Whatever you say, I agree. I believe you are blessing us. That's good. So please, can you reach out to Nelly? Because we do need somebody who is within our borders. Obviously, it was a contract issued for the transcription, but it will still be nice to have somebody in the family who speaks French to just have a look at what is happening. I really appreciate that. So please reach out to me. And that means that those who want to take over and be the lead mentors for French-speaking West Africa, and by the way, there are 10 countries in French-speaking West Africa, you have to go and learn French. And I don't want you to come and be telling me comment two, you m'appelle monsieur. If that is all you know, we can't take you as mentor, except you are ready to be fast in transcribing or using Google Translator, then we'll be fine. So if you want to proceed in being a partner in French-speaking West Africa, you're very, very welcome. Okay, so that closes item 3. Item 4, are we ready? And Anthony, I'm sorry, part-time French won't help us at this point. We want full-time French speakers. Okay, good. So item 4. So I've kept the 2 big news to last intentionally. So I've covered the 3 items. I'm covering 5 items today. So now to the 4th item. Okay, this is important. So I started getting jealous, very, very jealous. Each time, every year, Dr. Nelly will be carrying mentors to the US and they'll be receiving award left, right, and center. So I kept thinking, wait a minute, why are they not involving me in this award? So I got really angry this year. And that anger, this anger is a good anger, by the way. So this anger has led to the launch of a new overseas initiative for mentors. It's called the Mentors Executive Leadership Program, UK. Okay, so the first cohort for this program is going to happen this year, August. We actually have dates, so please write these dates down. So August 6th to 10th, August 6th to 10th has been scheduled as, thank you very much, Brenda, because me, I'm angry. They keep going to US. They don't carry me along. It's okay. I say, but I forgive them in the spirit. But in order to proceed, I want to host too. Only US can't be hosting. I live in the UK. So the first program, what I've titled the Mentors Executive Leadership Program, would happen in the UK, in Lancaster, where I live, from August the 6th to August the 10th this year. Okay. So let me give a sense of what the program is going to be about. So there'll be a series of classroom sessions. I've made it so it's just in the autumn period. So it's not very cold yet for those who don't like cold. And then we're going to have some executive tours, some nice location, some nice feasting, some nice beautiful party, some nice connectivity. And at the end of the program, we will end it with an award ceremony of certification for the mentors after the program and conclude it with a beautiful service in church. And that is what the Mentors Leadership Program in the UK would look like. So the first one will run this year, August 6th to 10th. In the next few days, I'll conclude with Dr. Nelly and we will communicate the process to you guys. So we are currently in March. I know that to organize visas, for some people, take time. So we have April, May, June, July, 4 months for folks to start registering for the program, making payments, and obviously start applying for your visas. Are you following me? So the actual fee, so what we've done is we've tried to make it, to kind of subsidize it substantially, okay? Subsidize it very substantially. So the idea is to make it such that it just covers for the cost of the tuition, accommodation, feeding, and logistics traveling around different cities for the program. So with just a little, if you like, a little leverage of a profit just to recover cost for FlexyLearn. But because you are family members, we are keeping it at very low cost. Now, after the first program, the next year, we can now throw it open in addition. And I'll come to that in a minute. So it will be a yearly event. Every year, there will be a mentors leadership, executive leadership program in the UK. Now, there's also a possibility for us to actually move it around. Okay, so it might happen in the UK for the first year, UK second year, but I would also like the idea of also doing some tours in other countries in Europe, like Germany or Lithuania, which I'm currently having good engagements with. But at least for the first 3 years, it would be nice to host some mentors and have a nice, wonderful time in the UK under a fellowship program. Obviously, there'll be certification awarded. That's the first big new news. What do you guys think? It also means that folks can start contributing if you need to contribute maybe monthly before the April event. It means you can start contributing monthly just so it's not a bulk payment at once, just to make it easy for folks, okay? That's also what the strategy is, which is the reason why I'm announcing it now. So we literally have April, May, June, and July, 4 months before we actually host the program, because it's literally the first week of August. Does that make sense? Any questions, please? Please be very open with me. Any questions or comments?
Good evening, Dr. Akon.
Good evening.
So the program, it will be for how many days will we be looking at to be around in the UK?
That's actually a good point. So I imagine arrival will be on the 6th. So if I look at my calendar, August the 6th is a Wednesday. So we'll do actually arrival will be on the 5th. So 6th, 7th, and 8th. No, sorry, my bad. So arrival on the 6th. So we'll do 7th, 8th, and 9th, and then we'll close it on the 10th with a service of some sort. So it's basically 4 days, if you like. Three core days and a Sunday to wrap up, and then Sunday afternoon or evening becomes a departure date. Does that help?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So for folks who want to arrive early, maybe you want to spend a few days before the program actually starts, that's also allowed. But just realize that whatever cost we send, the actual costing begins on the 6th. Make sense? So 6, 7, 8, and 9th, then check out on the 10th. That's the idea. And by the way, you can still stay after the 10th. If you want to stay, maybe see family or do other things, that's still fine. Okay? Yeah, but that's specifically what the program dates are. Yes, Ngabo, we'll come back to the cost in the next few days. We've been doing some back and forth because remember, I had to integrate this to Lancaster University. And so just to make it easy for us to get visas, when a university issues a letter of invitation, it's easier to get visas. So Lancaster University will be issuing letters of invitation for those who are coming for the program. So I had to spend a few weeks going back and forth to get that approved at Lancaster. And by the way, Lancaster University is the host of the program. Does that help? So we'll come back to you guys with cost in the next few days. And by the way, we've also chosen Lancaster University because it will reduce on the cost for accommodation, because at that time, the students are not on campus. So accommodation is literally open as compared to staying or living in hotels, which can be very, very expensive. All of this has been taken into consideration just to make it as low cost as possible. Okay. So, any questions? I want to go to the final point of the day. I can imagine we are literally, we have 10 minutes more to go. Okay, so for the final piece, this is very important. So, first of all, I want to ask you guys to appreciate Cheryl for me. So whether you are sending her some emojis on the chat, just thank her for me and just bless her, guys, because I'm not even kidding. She has been phenomenal. I can't even put it to words. What she has done in South Africa is nothing short of incredible. Okay? She has been literally incredible. That's the only way I can explain it. She's made life really easy for myself and Dr. Nelly. Putting these deals together, organizing the book launch and organizing this one. Do you know, even as I'm speaking to you, even today, we were arranging for the printing of the books in South Africa, for the book launch in South Africa and Zambia. And Cheryl is managing all of that in addition to our full-time work. That for me is blown my mind. Okay? It's absolutely blew my mind. So I want you guys, before I continue, because it's taking me to the next point, I want you guys to absolutely appreciate her. She's been phenomenal. Okay? Now Cheryl didn't know this. While Cheryl was doing all these incredible things, then it hit me that actually the reason why this has happened is my fault. It's my fault, it's Dr. Nelly's fault. And that is about to change. So this is what this is leading me to point 5. Okay. So then this is the point. So I want to make this very clear and simple so you can actually get the gist. Do you guys realize that for the last, I don't know, for the last, Dr. Nelly, let's say 4 years, we've been mentoring and doing programs? 4 years, Dr. Nelly? I would say 4 years, 5 years?
5.
About 5 years, good. Do you guys realize that for the past 5 years, it's been myself and Dr. Nelly that have been looking for deals and opportunities to get mentors to deliver on ICCP programs? Do you guys realize that? For the last 5 years, whether it's YAPI, whether it is Igbenedio, whether it's FCDO, whether it's Igbenedio, it doesn't matter. And also all the little 2 workshops and programs we've delivered made all the ICB program and CES program we delivered at no cost to mentors. We've borne all that cost for the last 5 years. Okay? So when Cheryl started doing what she's doing without any prompting, suddenly hit me that we need to empower mentors to do that. So what do I mean? I know most of you are busy. So you all have your own jobs. And if I am right, please correct me if I'm wrong. I believe in my heart you do the mentoring things because it helps you in one way or the other to fulfill your purpose or a part of your purpose. If that is correct, guys, could you just confirm for me on the chat? Thank you for confirming that. That the reason you do this in one form or the other is because just seeing this incredible change of lives in these students, it just aligns with what your purpose is. And I don't want to talk about purpose today. You guys know what it is. You're like, you've heard me talk about it at different layers. Okay. So you do this because it helps you feel the delivery of your purpose or an element of your purpose. If that is correct, the question now is, can it be enhanced? I believe it can. So why do I have to go through look for the right word, go through the work of looking for opportunities? Now, you guys remember this, and this is very important. I hope you guys know that I also have a job different from FlexyLearn. Just the way that Dr. Nelly has a job managing her company, Project Life Design, different from FlexyLearn. Do you all know that? Because this has to be clear. I'm taking time to explain this. Do you all know that if you do, say yes. If you don't, say no. It's good. Let me know the room. Who knows this? That I actually have a job working with Lancaster and my company, Barrowfly in the UK, different from what FlexyLearn does in the career purpose alignment enhancement space. If you don't, be very honest that you didn't know that. Okay, Brenda, thanks for being honest. Anybody else didn't know that? If you need that, let me know. Donone runs a company in Zambia. Okay, so why am I saying this, guys? I'm saying this because FlexyLearn was set up as a vision to drive purpose. And interestingly, over the years, my core company, which is Barrowfly Consulting, has aligned. So just to give an idea what I do in my core company. So when you guys hear me talk about funding, about training of government officials, training of corporate organizations, traveling for partnerships, collaboration, education, that's not FlexyLearn. That is Barrowfly Consulting. Even that is part of my purpose. Okay? FlexyLearn was born because of a clear vision that God gave myself and Dr. Nelly to begin to align those elements together, and it has a very strong spiritual dimension. That is the reason why FlexyLearn was set up. So FlexyLearn for the last 4 years, and I'm saying this so you know what's going on, this is very important, has been running almost as a startup, as a part-time startup. But guess what? I don't know who I was talking to recently. When I do an estimate of what we've achieved in the last 4 years, I know established companies who have been set up for 10 years that haven't achieved one-tenth of what we've achieved. And that's the honest truth. You know the reason why? Is because both myself, Dr. Nelly, all the mentors and the office team have aligned themselves to this vision. It's part of your purpose. Without you guys, we would not have been able to achieve what we've achieved. I mean, do you know how many people we've trained? Or how many people have been impacted, had their lives and purpose realigned? Joy, gladness, happiness is in over 30,000. Donelli, please confirm if I'm making this up. Over 30,000 people's lives have been changed. Whether we are delivering ICCP free of charge and bearing the cost internally on ourselves, or recently we're now having projects, funded projects, helping us deliver it so we can actually pay the mentors. All of that has happened in less than 4 years. Tell me a company that is 4 years old, a startup company like us, who can say they've achieved that. We've trained over 300 mentors. Do you know what that means? Mentors we can call on at any time, on any project, and they show up, deliver their mentoring and their purpose, and they get paid, and they continue their full-time job. Do you know how amazing that is? That's incredible statistics. Over 30,000 trained. Or at least 400 projects. Over 350 mentors trained. Certified mentors. If that is not a beauty of a startup company, I have no idea what is. So with that foundation laid, let me now go back to the point. So Cheryl did what she did because she was empowered, or because she took the initiative to do that, and then I supported her. But what I noticed was the fact that everything she was doing, I was seeing the impact one after the other. We signed the contract, book launch sorted, South African market to be launched. It was clear, it was beautiful. Okay? And so because of that arrangement, or that that drive from Cheryl, myself and Nelly have come up with a new initiative. Okay, and it's what I call a mentors partnership initiative. So it's MPI. Dr. Nelly, please note that down. It's a mentors partnership initiative. And can you guess what it is? Are you ready? Because this is going to blow your mind. So let me see if I can share my screen and go online. So just to give an idea of what I mean. So we've spoken about this a few times, but now we spend some time putting this together. So I am going to try and share my screen just to show you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm conscious of time. We are now at 10 o'clock. Don't worry, I'll be done in the next 10 minutes, I promise. Okay, so I am going to share my screen, if I may, please. Just give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. I need to show you guys something. Can you guys see my screen? Hey, are people still on the call? Can you guys actually see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, beautiful. So what you have on the screen, so before I tell you what you can see, okay? So starting from April, so we literally have a few weeks in March to sign up mentors. Starting from April, the Mentors Partnership Initiative is an initiative where every mentor can behave like Cheryl. Because I suddenly realized that, wait a minute, nobody knows the impact, the capacity, the power of ICCP, whether it's ICCP for schools, ICCP advanced, ICCP basic, it doesn't matter what it is. Nobody knows the impact of the program aligning and reshaping people's lives and careers like the mentors do. And I also believe that many mentors come across different opportunities to align up business opportunities for FlexyLearn, but they don't because they haven't felt empowered. I think there are only a few mentors. So I know, for example, Doom on the call, she has been incredible, okay, in pushing this in Nigeria. And I believe when becomes clear, things would fly nicely. I remember I had a chat with her, and so it actually formed part of why I'm delivering this. So nobody can talk about these programs like mentors, whether as a standalone program to a corporate organization, to their staff, to a college, to a school, to a university, or as part of a program, a tailoring program, a training program on architecture. It doesn't matter what it is, because we've seen the evidence. Our programs can either be on a standalone program or they can be as part of another program. It's about getting people back in purpose. And so the Mentors Partnership Initiative is the fact that from April, and so we have 2 weeks between now and April for interested mentors to sign up. So Nelly is going to share a Google form so we can take some details because we have to set up interested mentors on the platform. So what you have is the platform. So I'm going to show you an example because Peter, who is the technical director for FlexyLearn, are setting up already, okay? Now, this is going to happen in 2 levels. It means that, this is very important, it means that any mentor who looks for a beautiful deal, an opportunity with a school, you help structure the deal. Myself and Tonelli will support you as much as possible. And in fact, by this time, even Sherry, because of our now experience in opening up South Africa and the deal she struck, we will support you with documentation, how to negotiate, how to get the deal sorted. And guess what? When the deal is won, the mentor who brought the deal gets the following benefit. So listen, number one, okay? Number one, you get the right to be the lead mentor on the program. Does that make sense? And so you can decide, because you're the lead mentor, working with Dr. Nelly, if you need help, depending on what numbers you've brought to the business, if you need help in other mentors to deliver it, but automatically that it becomes your account. That deal can be a school, a university, 100 students, 200 students, 300 professionals. It doesn't matter what it is, because the program covers everybody. You know that. Okay, so you become the lead mentor on the program. That's number one. Number two, there is a 70-30. Number two, the mentor gets access to all the curriculum, all the content for ICCP, all the videos, follow me, all the videos, all the curriculum, all the content, even the UK certifications. Are you following me? This is very important. Follow me very carefully. Don't worry, there's a document we've prepared which we'll share with you. So let me list that again. Lead mentor, access to all curriculum and content, which includes all videos, UK certification to be delivered for that program. And then number five, a 70%, 30% revenue share. And guess who has 70%? The mentor. Are you guys following me? Okay. So I'll say it again. If you see any opportunity, you know what we do. So both schools, academic, universities, organizations, companies, it doesn't matter. It's a short course, 1 month course, our program. That's the beauty of the program. It cuts across everybody. It's about aligning people's purpose and also getting them in line to enhance their careers. So all you need to do is market the program, get the deal. Okay? We agree a start for the date for the deal, just the way we've been doing. We create a WhatsApp group, a LinkedIn private group for the program. You're the lead mentor. If it depends on the numbers, which we have a strategy ratio. You decide if you want more mentors, we can invite that's into your program, because you own the program. We are your delivery partners, but it's your program, it's your account. So access to all curriculum, all videos, all, if you like, or even the certifications for all the students, the simple certifications, you get access to all of it, and you manage the entire program. At the end of it, revenue share is 70% to the mentor and 30% to FlexyLearn. And that is the deal. So between now and 1st of April, well, 2nd of April, we don't want April 4, mentors can start signing up. So Dr. Nelly is put together a Google spreadsheet, a Google form, which she would share on the mentors platform. So those who are interested can begin to sign up. Okay. So once you begin to sign up, the first thing I'm going to do, we'll fix a date for this, early April, is a training program on how to find clients. Because I think we require, maybe you guys require some help in what that might look like. What kind of clients would you consider? How do you reach out to them? What can we do to support until that client is signed? Any questions? Any questions? Felix says getting more interesting. Well, I hope so. Any questions? Or even any comments? Okay, so now to the platform. So I've explained the deal when it comes to, follow me, when it comes to getting corporate deals. So like, I don't know, like like companies, schools, organizations, all of that. But it's actually a separate individual deal. Because, and this is very important, because we don't want it to be as if like we are doing this only if you get corporate clients, because people will be asking, wait a minute, how about individual clients? Okay, how about individual clients? Okay, how about individual clients? That's the reason why now we have a platform. Now I'll explain this. So I like the opportunity for mentors to be able to mentor young people, even if you have 5. So if you cannot get a company, a school, a university, can you get 4 or 3 people who love this, and you can mentor them for 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on which program you sign up for? I think you can. So in order for us not to just focus on the corporate deals, like 100 students, 550 students, how about 2 students? How about 3 students? The beautiful thing is the fact that the ICCP program itself, it's a mentoring program by design. So these young people just watch videos and they do the exercises. And you as a mentor is to look at the exercises and encourage them, correct them, and get them, motivate them to continue until they finish the program. Why am I saying so? So by design, ICCP itself is actually a mentoring program. It means that you can mentor 1 person. You can mentor 2 persons, 3 people, 4 people. That's the reason why we have a platform. So now let me show the platform. Can you guys still see the platform? Yes. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing. That means you don't have to wait until you have 10 people, 100 people to get a deal. You can literally find a young person or a parent and say, so your son requires help. But I'm a mentor. I'm on an amazing program. I can mentor your child for 2 weeks, and it's flexible. You know how flexible, guys, you know how flexible ICCP is. I can mentor your child for 2 weeks, and we have the curriculum, which we'll share with you guys and kind of walk you through the process. And then you support them, you know when they can submit the exercises, their practice, and at the end of 2 weeks, you issue that individual certificate. That means you don't have to wait until there's a YABI project or a FCDO project to be a mentor. If you're a mentor and it's along the lines of your purpose, you can mentor every week, whether there's a project that is funded or not. Am I making sense, guys? You can mentor. I know for a fact, many of you get asked, hey, can you be my mentor? And you have no idea what to do. Well, how can I be your mentor? Okay, but imagine that you have a structure to actually mentor anybody who wants it. In fact, you can even begin to market yourself as a mentor. So I'm a mentor, and my mentorship is UK certified. So even if it's 2 people you have in your mentoring group, you do your own thing. It doesn't matter. I don't have to be there because we trust you. Once you become a mentor, you sign a contract, you are good to go. That's why the platform becomes important. So watch this. So see the platform. So you can literally find a mentor. So right now, just to show you an example, I have preloaded a few people on the platform as an example, okay? And I do apologize. This is just like a template. So for those who, if you see your name, I haven't asked permission to do this. It's just because it's the only way I can make you see it live in what this is all about, okay? Now watch this. So that means you can market yourself, and everybody has your own, what you call your own specific web link. FlexyLearn, mentors of FlexyLearn / Joyce Kasapo. Does that make sense? And that's your link. That means you can design your own flyers. Okay, as long as you have your link, because it is a link people can go to and sign you up. Because everything you need is on the platform. Are you following me? So watch this. It means we can book you. So right now, someone can go and say, and so they can book you. So whether you are the one marketing it, and it also means that FlexyLearn, myself, Dr. Nelly, and the team, we would intentionally put funding to market the platform as well. So that means that not only are you marketing, especially for the individual mentorship, we also are marketing. Because it is a FlexyLearn program that is a mentoring program to mentor people. That means we'll market the platform. Someone can come on here and say, oh, Joyce, interesting. Read her profile and look at the link. Oh, okay, what do I want in this? Do I want relationship mentoring, mental health mentoring? It means that if you have your own expertise as well, different from what FlexyLearn offers, you can add it to the list. And the platform becomes an easy platform to book you. Does that make sense? So you can see, I put a list of different coaching dimensions here. So that means you can decide and say, okay, well, I don't do mental health. For my own, I want to just have fitness, business, and careers. Okay, this one, I want to just have this, and that. Because most of you are mentors on ICCP, but you're also coaches on your own thing. And you require some kind of help or a platform to make it easy for you to sign up clients. And so guess what? They can view you. There you go. That's about Joyce. Joyce, see, I've got your profile. So guess what? It's an example, remember. George charges $100 per hour. So you could write $100 for 2 weeks for the mentoring program. All of that is just customization because different mentors would have different things that they want to achieve on the platform. Okay? So somebody outside can just come here, look at her profile CV. Oh, wow, interesting. By the way, Joyce, this is just an example. So part of what Dr. Nelly will be asking for is the profiles of those who are interested in joining the platform. You can say, oh, I like this very much. Book, click booking. Okay, you see that? So look at the beautiful thing. So they click Joyce. Say, so when is she available? So Joyce, you will know your timetable. Okay, that means on your platform, on your own platform, you would literally, because we're going to have it week by week. So you would go on the platform and each mentor would have access to be able to change their brief in partnership with our team. Okay, this week I'm not available. I'm not available. Oh, maybe this Sunday I'm available for the next 1 week, depending on which ICA program it is. So the person can now click here and book you. The platform collects money, okay? If it's a personal collection of funding, that is also possible. I follow me. So all that other flexibility is also in play. And then guess what? Once they book you, right away, once they book you, Joyce gets an email and a WhatsApp message. You've been booked by somebody for the available date you've already displayed that you are available to mentor. Okay, guess what? Arrange a meeting with this person. And you're good to go. Any questions? So don't worry, Albertina, the type of question, the content, Cheryl has access to everything you need. She's like the reservoir of all proposals that we've put in place. So we have proposals for everything, don't worry. So which is why we're using the next 2 weeks for sign up, for onboarding, for customization, signing of contracts. Then April 1st, we'll launch. So it's a brand new product for FlexyLearn. It's a mentoring product where mentors are now in charge and in control and not getting called onto projects that are already funded. You can design your own. You can mentor 2 persons, 1 person, 3 persons. So every week you can make money. You can make money. just using the model and the platform and the proven template of ICCP that we've designed. That's correct, Tonelli. We're going to another level of John Maxwell's programs. That's absolutely correct. So one of the programs we'll be launching, because we already have it anyway, is actually a program to train new mentors. So that means guess who will be the mentors? You will also be the mentor. So you can even coach new mentors using our SET program. So all of that programs we already have. Oh yes, Adoneli, they pay a ridiculous amount of money for John Maxwell's programs just to use his materials. We are saying that we are beginning this and we have to establish a brand name for FlexyLearn. And the only way it can happen is to trust you guys to start the process. At least we're going to sign a 1-year contract with everybody just to actually begin the pilot. That's the strategy. Any questions, any comments? I want to wrap up now. So yeah, you know a student, you know a professional who is confused, you know a executive who is confused. Well, the program aligns purpose and takes away confusion. Everybody is mentorable. And that's your niche. And we have the program that can deliver that. That's correct, Lukondo. It's an amazing program, platform for mentors to thrive. So Abraham, goes back to your point. With this launch, you won't need to be waiting for me to come and tell you, oh, they've given us money for Yappy. Oh, we've approved this. It means if you are serious, are you following me? If you are serious about changing lives, because you've seen the evidence already, it is time to actually be in control of that change. And that's what this is about. Any questions? So I want to take it that the silence is because you guys are digesting it. If that is true, can you confirm? So I can close the meeting. It's pretty late now.
Confirm.
Okay.
Confirmed.
So gone are the
so much to digest.
gone are the days where you mentor because you are in a project. No, you can mentor on your own. We have the program. This program has been designed, tested across multiple projects. In fact, now we have data. Remember what I was saying about data? Now we have data, evidence of life changing because of the FCD. You know, I was telling you guys many times that everything we've done has been to gather evidence of what we can do with ICCP. ICCP has been a part of an MBA program, a part of an animation program with data gathered, a standalone program. It's become a mandatory course of a university. So any dimension you look at it, ICCP has fulfilled all the requirements. So we have enough evidence to close any deal. But then on top of that, because we want to make it as easy as possible, every life touched changes design. Every life touch changes and aligns people back to the design. And so we don't have to wait until we have 100 people, 50 people. You can literally be mentoring somebody every other week. That's the whole point of this. If you think, well, I'll prefer, because of my time, I'll prefer to have a cohort of 10 before I sign up. That's also fine. You are literally in control. If you think it's only one person, that's fine. Go ahead. That's the beauty of this initiative. Okay. Okay. I'll just call Dr. Nelly to do a quick closing of the training, the session today. Then we can go get some sleep.
Thank you so much, Dr. Akan. I think it's loud and clear. We just will post the link, and any follow-ups, any questions, you're welcome to engage me, even on the side, but also you can ask in the group. We'll be able to clarify. So it's a low-hanging fruit. There's so many beautiful things that are coming our way, and we are carrying those mentors that are available to all good things. All of you that are really showing up, you're the ones who benefit all the good things. Remember that when we started ICCP and SET, it was free. And eventually, we had to start adding a price. So it is with you are starting now, you are doing this, you are going to have most of these things for free. And you know that as the brand is growing, some people won't find it for free. Like the example I gave about John Maxwell. The courses that they do, people travel to the USA to do the courses. They are over $20,000 just to use his courses. Now we have these online courses where somebody can do from wherever they are. So it's just about you to go crazy and utilize this low-hanging fruit. You know how nice dollar is. Just imagine that you start this week, whilst it's still hot, go out and go catch it. Go catch, this low-hanging fruit, and it's going to be an amazing, amazing start of the year. Thank you so much, Dr. Akan. I know you've been so busy in Kigali, but you still spared this time. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. Do have a lovely night, all of you. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.